There are seasons in life when you cannot see what God is doing. You pray, you wait, you believe, and still the situation looks the same. The door has not opened. The answer has not arrived. The breakthrough you hoped for has not appeared. But just because you cannot see it does not mean God is not working. Sometimes God prepares the blessing before He prepares you to recognize it. You may be looking at your present circumstances and thinking that nothing is changing, while God is quietly arranging things you cannot yet see. There are conversations you have not heard, opportunities you have not discovered, connections you have not made, and doors you have not even imagined. Your responsibility is not to understand every detail of the process. Your responsibility is to remain faithful, keep moving, and prepare your heart for what is coming. Something bigger may be ahead of you than anything you have experienced before. That is why you cannot allow today's disappointment to convince you that tomorrow will look the same. God can change a situation faster than you can imagine. He can create an opportunity where you saw no possibility. He can restore what you thought was permanently lost. He can redirect you when the path you planned is no longer the path you should take. But while you are waiting for the promise, there is something you must do. Get ready. Preparation is part of faith. If you are praying for a new season, prepare for a new season. If you are asking God for greater responsibility, become more responsible. If you are asking for greater influence, strengthen your character. If you are asking for financial increase, learn how to manage what you already have. If you are asking for a healthier future, begin making healthier choices today before God changes your circumstances. He often begins by changing the way you think about them. There are seasons when you are asking for a breakthrough, praying for a new opportunity, or hoping for a major change. Yet everything around you appears unchanged. In those moments, your mind becomes the battlefield. Fear tells you nothing will happen. Doubt tells you that you have waited too long. Your past tells you that you are not capable of receiving something better. But faith reminds you that what you see today does not have to determine what you experience tomorrow. Preparing your mind for God's bigger plan means learning to expect possibilities beyond your current circumstances while remaining faithful in the present. You cannot prepare for a bigger future while constantly thinking from the limitations of your past. The experiences you have endured may have shaped you, but they do not have to control you. Maybe you have failed before. Maybe people rejected you. Maybe opportunities disappeared. Maybe something you prayed for did not happen in the way you expected. Those experiences can teach you valuable lessons, but they should not become the foundation of your identity. Your mind must learn to separate what happened from what can happen. A painful past is part of your story, but it is not the entire story. When you begin believing that God can lead you into something greater, your perspective starts to change. You become more willing to learn, more willing to grow, and more willing to take responsible steps toward the future. You stop waiting for perfect circumstances before moving forward. You understand that preparation can happen even while the answer is still developing. The quiet season becomes a classroom instead of a prison. The delay becomes an opportunity to strengthen your character, sharpen your skills, and deepen your trust. A bigger plan may require a bigger mindset. If you have spent years thinking that you are incapable, you must begin challenging that belief. If you constantly expect failure, you must learn to imagine yourself succeeding through discipline and perseverance. If you believe every closed door means rejection, you must become open to the possibility that some closed doors are protection or redirection. Your thoughts influence the way you interpret circumstances, and the way you interpret circumstances influences the decisions you make. That is why your mental environment matters. Be careful about what you repeatedly tell yourself. Your mind listens to your internal conversations. If every morning begins with fear, frustration, and negative expectations, you can spend the entire day reacting to problems that have not even happened. Instead, begin your day reminding yourself that you have another opportunity to grow, serve, learn, and move forward. Speak words that strengthen your faith and responsibility. Remind yourself that you do not need to know every detail of the future to take the next right step. Preparing your mind also means becoming comfortable with uncertainty. You may want God to reveal the entire plan before you move, but life rarely works that way. Sometimes you receive enough light for the next step, not the entire journey. You may not know where every opportunity will come from, how every problem will be solved, or when every prayer will be answered. You can still move forward with trust. Faith is not having every answer in advance. It is continuing to walk when you do not have complete visibility. Do not allow comparison to poison your preparation. Someone else may appear to be receiving everything you have been praying for, while your own life seems to be moving slowly. Their journey does not cancel yours. Their timing does not determine your timing. Their success does not mean your opportunity has disappeared. You have a different path, different lessons, different responsibilities, and different experiences. Instead of spending your energy measuring your progress against someone else, use that energy to become better than the person you were yesterday. If you believe something greater is ahead, prepare yourself by becoming disciplined today. Organize your time, improve your skills, read, learn, work on your character, keep your promises, take care of the responsibilities already in your hands. You do not need to wait for a dramatic sign before becoming prepared. The ordinary actions you take consistently can become the foundation for extraordinary change. There may be moments when you feel unqualified for what you are praying for. That feeling does not mean you should quit. It may mean you still have growing to do. Instead of saying, I cannot do this, ask, what do I need to learn? Instead of saying, I am not ready, ask, how can I become ready? Instead of allowing fear to make the decision for you, allow preparation to build your confidence. Your mind must also learn to release the need to control everything. You can make plans, work hard, and act wisely, but you cannot control every person, circumstance, or outcome. Trying to control everything creates anxiety and exhaustion. Trusting God means doing your part while surrendering what is beyond your control. You can prepare the soil, plant the seed, and care for the field, but you cannot force the harvest to arrive according to your preferred schedule. Perhaps the season you are in right now is preparing you for something you cannot yet recognize. The lesson you are learning may become essential later. The patience you are developing may help you handle a future responsibility. The disappointment you are experiencing may teach you discernment. The discipline you are building may become the strength that carries you through your next opportunity. Therefore, prepare your mind before the door opens. Expect growth without demanding a specific outcome. Believe that your future can contain more than your past. Stay humble enough to learn and courageous enough to act. When you train your mind to focus on possibility, responsibility, faith, and purposeful action, you become better equipped to recognize the opportunities placed before you. Do not let temporary circumstances convince you that your future has already been decided. Your present situation is only one part of your journey. Keep your mind open to new possibilities, your heart grounded in faith, and your actions aligned with the person you are becoming. The bigger plan may unfold differently than you imagined, but you can still move forward knowing that every day gives you another chance to prepare for what lies ahead. There are moments when you know you have prayed, worked, waited, and done everything you can, yet the breakthrough still seems far away. You may wonder why the door has not opened, why the answer has been delayed, or why your circumstances have not changed. In those moments, it is easy to believe that nothing is happening. But waiting does not mean God has forgotten you. A delayed answer does not automatically mean a denied promise. Sometimes the waiting season is preparing you for something you are not yet ready to carry. God's timing can be difficult to understand because we naturally want immediate results. We want to know when the opportunity will arrive, when the problem will be solved, when the relationship will be restored, or when the financial situation will improve. We want a clear timeline, but faith requires us to trust even when the timeline is unclear. You may not know what is happening behind the scenes, but you can choose not to let uncertainty destroy your peace. Think about how often life reveals its purpose only after the fact. Something that once felt like a terrible disappointment can later become the reason you discovered a better direction. A closed door can protect you from a path that would have caused unnecessary pain. A delay can give you time to develop wisdom. A difficult season can strengthen your character before greater responsibility arrives. You may not recognize the value of the waiting while you are inside it. That does not mean the waiting is meaningless. Trusting God's timing does not mean becoming passive. It means continuing to move forward while surrendering the outcome. There is a difference between waiting and wasting time. Waiting with faith means you continue learning, working, praying, preparing, and improving while you trust God with what you cannot control. You do not sit still expecting everything to change without your participation. You become faithful with what is already in your hands. If you are praying for a breakthrough, ask yourself whether you are preparing for it. If you are asking for greater opportunities, develop the skills required to handle them. If you're asking for financial growth, learn how to manage what you already have. If you're asking for a healthier future, begin making better decisions today. If you're asking for greater influence, strengthen your character before the spotlight arrives. Your preparation can become part of your prayer. Many people want the blessing but resist the process that prepares them for it. They want the harvest without planting. They want the promotion without developing the necessary abilities. They want the new chapter without releasing the habits that kept them trapped in the old one. But real transformation often requires preparation before recognition. Perhaps God is using this season to work on something inside you. Maybe you need patience because the next opportunity will require endurance. Maybe you need discipline because greater responsibility will demand consistency. Maybe you need wisdom because the wrong decision could damage what you are building. Maybe you need confidence because you have spent too long allowing fear to make your choices. Do not resent the process simply because you cannot see the destination. A seed does not become a tree overnight. There is a period when growth is happening beneath the surface, invisible to everyone watching from above. Your life can have hidden seasons like that. You may look at your circumstances and see very little movement, while internally you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more prepared. This is why you must guard your thoughts while you wait. The enemy of patience is often comparison. You see someone else receiving an opportunity and immediately wonder why it has not happened for you. You see someone else's success and assume you are falling behind. But you do not know the full story of another person's journey. You see their results, but you may not see their years of preparation, sacrifice, failure, and persistence. Your journey has its own timing. Do not rush into something simply because you are afraid of being left behind. A door being opened does not automatically mean it is your door. An opportunity appearing does not automatically mean you should accept it. Sometimes wisdom is knowing when to move and when to wait. Ask for discernment rather than simply asking for speed. When you trust God's timing, you begin to understand that not every delay is punishment. Some delays are preparation, some are protection, some are redirection. Some simply require patience because circumstances need time to develop. This does not mean every difficult event has a simple explanation. Life can be painful and confusing. Faith does not require you to pretend that disappointment does not hurt. You can acknowledge the pain while refusing to surrender your hope. You can admit that you are tired while continuing to believe that your current season is not the end of your story. There may be days when you feel like giving up because you have waited longer than expected. On those days, return to the basics. Take the next step. Do the work in front of you. Keep your commitments. Pray. Learn. Rest when necessary. Then begin again. You do not need to solve your entire future today. Sometimes breakthrough begins with a simple decision to keep going. Keep going when nobody notices. Keep going when the results are small. Keep going when the process feels slow. Keep going when your confidence is weak. Keep going because consistency creates possibilities that impatience cannot. Your breakthrough may not arrive in the form you imagine. It may come through a new opportunity, a new relationship, a new skill, a new idea, a new direction, or a change within yourself. Sometimes the greatest breakthrough is not merely a change in circumstances, but a change in perspective. You become capable of seeing possibilities that were always around you. That is why you must remain ready. Keep your mind open. Keep your heart humble. Keep your skills developing. Keep your faith strong. Keep your hands working. When the opportunity arrives, you want to be prepared to recognize it and respond to it. Do not spend so much time asking when your breakthrough will come that you forget to prepare for it. Preparation turns waiting into purposeful action. Instead of watching the clock, build the person who can handle the next chapter. Trust does not mean you stop making plans. It means you make plans without believing that you control every outcome. You can work toward a goal while remaining open to a better direction. You can pursue an opportunity while accepting that another door may be more suitable. You can dream boldly while remaining humble enough to adjust your path. God's timing may not match your calendar, but that does not mean your prayers have been ignored. There are things that need to align. There are lessons that need to be learned. There are habits that need to change. There are doors that need to close. There are new doors that need to appear. And there are moments when you simply need to become patient enough to recognize what is right. So do not give up because you cannot see the whole picture. You only need enough courage for the next step. If today requires you to wait, wait faithfully. If today requires you to work, work faithfully. If today requires you to learn, learn faithfully. If today requires you to let go, release it faithfully. If today requires you to begin again faithfully. The breakthrough is not always about getting everything you want immediately. Sometimes it is about becoming prepared for what is truly right for you. Trust the process. Trust that your life is still moving, even when progress is difficult to measure. Trust that your current season is not necessarily your final destination. And while you wait for the next door to open, prepare yourself so that when it does, you will not be afraid to walk through it. Your responsibility is not to force the timing. Your responsibility is to remain faithful, prepared, and willing. One day you may look back and realize that the waiting strengthened you. The delay taught you. The disappointment redirected you. The quiet season prepared you. What felt like wasted time may have been the period when you became ready for the opportunity you had been asking for. So keep your hope alive. Keep your vision clear. Keep doing the work. Keep becoming. Keep trusting. You may not know exactly when the breakthrough will arrive, but you can make sure that when it comes, you are ready to receive it with wisdom, gratitude, courage, and faith. So lift your head. Stop expecting the worst. Stop rehearsing failure. Stop allowing yesterday's disappointment to dictate tomorrow's expectation. There is still more ahead. You may not know exactly what God has prepared. You may not know when it will arrive. You may not know what it will look like, but you can choose to be ready. Walk into this season with faith. Work with purpose. Pray with confidence. Live with integrity. And trust God's timing. Something big may be closer than you think. The door may be closer than you think. The opportunity may be closer than you think. The breakthrough may be closer than you think. And while you wait, do not sit still in fear. Prepare, because when the moment comes, you want to be able to say, I was ready. God has prepared something big for you. Now prepare yourself for what is coming.